here, think of an intro. Hi, today we're doing a reaction video. That's a good one. Hi, today we're doing a reaction video. Today we are going to be reacting to Idiot Explains Wall-E to Another Idiot. Now the original Idiot Explaining Wall-E is Hi Boy. He is an idiot who explains movies, and this is Bobbit Noodle, who is the idiot trying to understand what Wall-E is about. Now today I am going to be the idiot reacting to an idiot explaining Wall-E to another idiot. The cycle continues. Okay, anyway, let's start with the video. Good doggy.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? And today, as you can probably tell from the title, we are reacting to Wall-E explained by an idiot, and an idiot is watching this and he's running out of breath right now.
I'm not. Loser.
Hope you guys enjoy. Bambi, you ready?
Bambi's ready.
Wall-E is one of my biggest, most favorite movies of all time.
Me too.
So, I'm excited for this one. And without further ado, make sure to like, sub, comment, and all that good stuff, and
make sure to like, sub, comment, and all that good stuff to me too.
without further ado again, let's get into it. Nostalgia.
Welcome to Wall-E.
Oh, hell
The
yeah.
planet is trash.
Trash.
Okay? Planet
Let's
Earth
get
is
it.
literally trash. Well, not literally. It's covered in garbage, okay? And it's too toxic to live on. So humans were forced to abandon ship and go live in space on these big massive spaceships produced by a company called Benil. And they left behind a bunch of robots called
Benil?
Wall-Es to clean up the
That's
place.
a huge
so they can come
theory
back
by
in 2 years'
itself.
time and fix up Earth. Now all these Wall-Es are dead except for one, our main boy Wall-E here.
why
He's
not?
still
Nice.
kicking, clean up the Earth for our ungrateful asses with his little cockroach buddy. And he survived all this time by hiding from dust storms in a bigger
Right.
Wall-E and taking replacement parts from other non-functioning Wall-Es. So he's basically living inside his fallen brother
I heard a Discord notification. Where did that come from? Never mind.
and stealing their body parts. I don't know why I was so compelled to point that out. So he goes home where he keeps a
So if you really think about it, for whatever reason, Wall-E is the only one that didn't die out because, honestly, no one really knows.
Yes, no one really knows. I don't know. I don't have a theory. I'm an idiot, remember?
But he's the last one, so that automatically means he's like the biggest alpha male Chad that there ever was. Because he's literally the only thing living on that planet as we know from the entire movie. So,
He's not living. He is a robot.
good for you, Wall-E. Good for you.
bunch of shit that interests him
You
and
deserve
deposits some more
your fallen
interesting
brother's
stuff that he
parts,
found on
because
his
you
day,
outlived
and
them
that
all.
is some
Wouldn't they just copy Wall-E? They are all the same. That's just something else.
bullshit right there because there's no way he found just 6 spoons and 7 forks throughout
Maybe they took all the spoons and forks with them when they abandoned ship, huh?
all these years. Anyway, he's playing a random old movie and we find out that our boy Wally here is looking for love. He's looking for some McLovin, baby. He lonely, you know. Then a dust storm hits him and he closes
Damn,
the door,
bro.
goes to sleep, wakes up next morning with a super
I
low
feel the
battery level, so he
loneliness.
goes to charge himself up from the sun, then heads off to work after nearly killing his only friend.
Oh, no, they didn't put the Apple turn on sound in. That's the most iconic bit of the movie. Aww.
So he
Damn.
at work compacting some trash and finding some random he wants to take home with him, and then he finds a plant. So he digs it out of the ground and puts it in a shoe to take home with him. How he knew to do that and not just rip it out the ground, I don't know. In fact, now that I think about it, how the f does a plant even grow inside a fridge? They know sunlight in there. So he goes home and he finds a red
my
dot,
bitches
and apparently
be a
he has
little
a
tiny
built-in cat
bean
module or
scrap,
some
my
shit
friend.
because he runs after that dot. And as it turns out, that dot is a landing mark of one of Elon Musk's fancy self-landing rockets. Then he digs a hole to the
Nice.
ground and buries himself to avoid
One thing I am wondering, how did that dot go all over the place when the other dots just like, and then the ones like, huh? It's not a malfunctioning laser, and why do Why does this rocket have lasers again?
avoid burning to death from the fucking flaming rocket. Then the rocket opens up and releases, wait for it, an egg. Then it fucks off, and once again, so he doesn't burn to death, he hides himself in the ground. Which, honestly, I don't think he should have survived this or the one before. There's just no way he can dig a hole deep enough to escape the heat of that fucking rocket. And as much as I
How
love
do
this
you
movie,
know?
there's just so
You
many
have no
occasions
idea
where
what
Wally should have
Wally's
just
machine
flat out
box is made out
died.
of.
So
True, we are idiots. We don't know much.
to get that out of the way, I'm going to show them all here right now.
Oh no.
No. Damn.
When is he gonna die? Why?
Get it.
Now, back to the egg, and it's scanning the place looking for something, and it will
Why won't he just die?
kill anything that moves. Okay, I understand that they're playing on the gag that cockroaches can survive a nuclear blast and shit, but I'm pretty sure by that they mean the radiation, not the blast itself. This thing should be dead, right? Right? Anyway, the egg also attempts to murder Wally.
Brother, nobody
multiple
knows
times
the power
before
of
it
a
decides that Wally
cockroach.
is not a threat. That, however, does not stop Wally from looking at her like, I'ma tap that ass.
Sheesh.
So the egg keeps scanning shit while ignoring Wally, who's being a creepy stalker right now. Then it gets frustrated because it ain't find what it came looking for. And after
Right.
getting stuck in a magnet, it blows up and destroys 5 oil tankers. Wally sees this and he
Bro,
decides
did BNL just like own the entire world? I'm assuming that's what happened because even in the like presidential speech, BNL had to be like some sort of like entire country, or didn't it stand for like big and large, or I have no idea.
Probably like Starfleet.
But they seem to run the entire world, especially when their flag is also on a broadcast system set for the president at the end of the world speech.
Now is the time for him to shoot his shot, baby. He's going for it. And he
Oh,
finds out that
yeah.
her name is Eva. That's right, it's a she, I think. I don't know. Then a dust storm hits and Wally decides to take her back to his pad for safety. I'd say this is going perfectly for Wally so far. So he takes her home and the crazy ass bitch tries
Exactly.
to blow a hole through his wall. And he shows her some of the stuff in his interesting collection of random shit. He shows her the movie from earlier and tries to teach her how the fuck it ends. But this crazy ass nearly ruins his house and almost kills him. Listen, my guy, I know you're lonely, but this one crazy ass.
True.
Anyway, she only busts his eye up and he goes over to his stuff and gets a replacement part and fixes himself easy. He tries to hold her hand and she's like, nah. She sees the
I'm
hand holding
sensing
part in the
a
movie
lot
and he
of,
shows her one last thing, the plant. And it turns out that the plant is
I forgot
exactly
the
what she's
joke.
looking for. So she sucks it
Don't worry, happens to all of us. I've done that way too many times. Wait, I forgot the joke.
up and shuts down. And Wally's like, the f*** has happened? And he's super concerned, so he tries to turn her back on to no avail. Then he cares for her.
I know it's too late for this joke to hit, but I was gonna
Ah,
be like, I'm
you
getting a lot
remember.
of Johnny Depp vibes.
And then goes on dates with her unconscious
not
body,
funny.
usual. Till one day he decides to go back to work, and on that day, Elon Musk's rocket comes back to take Eva. So he rushes back and tells his buddy to stay put while he hangs on for dear life while they exit the trash-filled atmosphere and travel through space till they get to the Axiom, which is the main and biggest human colony
How'd
space.
they get there so fast? I mean, wait, how long did that rocket take to get there? How did he hang on? Are they going faster than light speed or not? Moving on.
Spaceship place in space colony for people.
Right?
Sounds about right.
Space station.
The rocket docks inside the spaceship and lines up a bunch of Evas
So were
to
there
get
multiple
cleaned
of
by a
these
bunch
ships or
robots
just
that Wally
one?
keeps annoying. Then the 5-0 takes Wally's Eva because she got the
I
plant.
know.
So he follows her and leaves a trail of muddy tracks behind him. And the main cleaning robot really wants to clean it, but he has to stay on a predetermined line. So he's like,
Oh, that's it? I was ready to
yeah.
throw
starts
down.
cleaning up the tracks, but he does not start from the beginning. But idiot. So while he's still following Eva, he fucks the traffic and gets his first glimpse of the modern human, who are basically fat blobs of mass stuck to their hover chairs with their eyes glued to the screens of their infotainment systems, completely oblivious to their surroundings. Much
Sounds
me,
like,
except one
just
chair doesn't float.
blobfishes.
Some of the fat gets knocked
Bunch of-
over.
Does.
Wally helps him up.
blobfishes.
Then he gets on a train that Eva's on, and he tries to get to her, but this is in the way, so he's like, hey, lady, woman. Oh shit. Yeah, hi, I'm Wally. Can you please move out the way? I'm trying to get to my girl. Thank you. So the 5-0 escort Wally and Eva to the captain's headquarters, and as it turns out, humans f***ed up the Earth so bad that they spent 700 years in space. And their
Damn.
bone density right now is basically non-existent because they spent so long in microgravity. However, they made it pretty goddamn
Microgravity.
obvious
I've
that they have
always
some sort-
liked the little concept that like they'd always use like real humans for like videos or stuff, and you know, all that type of stuff, while everything else was animated. I don't know why. I just really like that touch.
artificial
What? No. What?
gravity, so this shouldn't happen. This doesn't make any sense. I am confusion. Anyhow, now that there's finally signs of life,
how are
on Earth,
there
they can
no
go back to
video
rebuilding.
games?
So they start up
True.
Eva, and while this
I
bitch
know
is
it's
trying
been
to figure out how to
700
read a
years,
book,
but they would've
Eva
left in,
finds
like,
out that Wally has
2000s, right?
followed her here
Got
from
some, like,
Earth. Then the captain
Pac-Man.
figures out that they have to put a plant
Something
in
like
some
that.
plant activation chamber thing that will activate the Let's Go Home protocol, that's what I'm calling it. So they open up Eva and they find nothing. Plant's gone. And the captain's like, well, I guess we ain't going nowhere, and thinks that Eva is a defective robot, so he sends her to get fixed. Then he gets startled by Wally, and Wally's like, sup, I'm Wally. Nice to meet you, and here's some dirt. So the captain also orders for Wally to be cleaned. Eva and Wally get to the robot fixing place, and they start
His
running
face.
diagnostics on Eva, I think. But that's not what it looks like to Wally. He thinks they're torturing her. So he frees himself and then goes to free Eva, and then accidentally frees all up robots in the place who praise him because he freed them. And they run wild with him in the streets till they get stopped by the Popo, who deem Eva and Wally.
If you think about it, the movie would have been over in like 2 seconds if Wally aimed the mechanical arm 1 inch to, I think, to his right, because that would have been his head.
Well, I'm happy that he didn't do that because there's more movie and it is great.
of the law. So Eva takes Wally to an escape pod so she can send him back to Earth, but then the Fuzz shows up with the plant. And they want to
The
send it off into
plant.
space and blow it up using the pod's self-destruct mechanism. And Wally's like, hey, Eva, check it out, the plant!
Oh no!
So Wally accidentally gets launched out with the plant, and Eva goes after him while he freaks out and tries to get out the fucking pod, but he explodes and dies. Psych! He does not die. My boy Wally made it out in time with a fire extinguisher, and he flies over to
Nice.
Eva. And not only did he live, but he also got the plant with him, baby, and Eva is
I kind of feel like the
chuffed to
plant
bits.
should have
So
died.
she hugs him and their heads
I'm not
to
really
this
sure
thing,
what a plant
and I have
life
no
can
idea
be
what that means,
in,
but he likes it. Then they fly out in
space.
space and have some fun because they ain't in no
Not
rush,
yet.
ain't no deadline on this shit. They get back on the ship, and all the while Wally just really wanted to hold her hand like in the movie, but she's hyper focused on getting that plant up to the captain. So she tells him to stay put while she goes up to trash shoot to the captain, who has been binge watching videos about Earth ever since he analyzed the dirt that Wally put in his hand. The captain takes the plant and puts a projector thing on Eva's head to see what Earth
Oh, yeah,
is
what
like
is-
right
wasn't
now,
his
and he
main
finds
thing
out
like
that
a
it is, as I said before,
pizza
garbage.
plant?
So he's like, we have to go back and care for Earth and fix it up and shit.
Yes.
While Eva gets to see how Wally cared for her when she was shut off, and it is cute as fuck. Then the autopilot comes
Nice.
down to take the plan away from the captain because it is revealed that a few years after the Axiom took off, the president of Benin or the president of America, whatever, I don't care, some dude sent
Yeah.
a message saying that the Earth is too fucked come back and it's way too toxic, never come back. And he basically left and he basically left the sip,
You'll get it right eventually.
and he basically left the ship
There
in
we
charge
go.
of the autopilot. But now obviously it's not that toxic because boom, plant. But the autopilot don't care, so he gets the police to throw the plant down the trash chute. But lo and behold, everybody, because Wally's clap.
I know the autopilot or Otto is supposed to be the bad guy, but technically he's not really too much of a bad guy because he's just following the programming and protocol that he was his entire purpose was meant to
It
be.
was the wrong programming.
So, yeah.
Going up the trash
was the
chute, and he
wrong
tries to keep the plant
programming.
away from the autopilot while Eva is held back by the police. But the autopilot electrocutes him, and somehow, although he was literally struck by lightning twice before and came out fine, this damages him.
Special.
Anyway, Wally gets
electricity.
thrown out of the
Is
trash
that
and they
about
turn
the
off Eva and
big
throw
of a
her down
strike?
there.
Is
So
it
a little
about
while
the
later, we
amount
cut
of
to the garbage
ants
dump
in the
where Eva
strike,
gets
my good
rebooted by
friend?
mice.
No.
Fuck those things. Eva and Wally get trash
Nobody knows
compacted by
what those
bigger
things
Wallies,
are.
but this time they're Wallas because they're on the Axiom, and the E in Wally stands for Earth, and these are unimportant details. Why am I talking about this? Moving on, because they're about to get
I
thrown
thought
into
it was just
space. But
because they
remember
were
that
big.
stupid little
Yeah,
cleaning
me
robot
too.
that was so insistent on cleaning his tracks? Well, that's one persistent stupid little cleaning robot because he found Wally and he wants his ass.
Also, there's a lot of dirt in the trash heap. Why isn't he cleaning that dirt first? Why is he going for the small amount of dirt left behind by Wally's tracks? Continue.
So he sprints over to the airlock doors and wedges himself in there, and with the help of the bigger Wallahs, Eva and Wally get saved. Now throughout all of this I have just one question. How the f do you find materials for anything on the ship if you throw out this much trash? So Wally's got some sort of
Don't worry about it, my friend. Movie logic.
Movie logic
board or some
explains
shit,
everything.
which means he's dying. Hold up, that's the damage? Man, Wally shouldn't even be functional. I can stick my finger through that shit. Eva is worried as f scouring the trash looking for replacement parts that all won't work. So Wally hands her the plant so she can put it in the plant chamber return thing so they can go back to planet Earth. But she's like, nah, let's hold hands. I'm dying here, ain't no time for that shit. We gotta go back to planet Earth and find me some replacement parts, dumbass. So that finally clicks in her
Exactly.
head and they bust out of there and they the police with the help of the defective robots.
let's
The captain
go.
fights the autopilot and he opens up the plant chamber go home thing. And even
Ah.
now flying over to that thing so they can put the plant in it. But last second, the autopilot tilts the entire ship to the side, preventing them from doing that and knocking the plant out of their hands. And I don't even know why this.
If the autopilot took the ship to the side, can't the autopilot make the ship go away from Earth so that they don't return to Earth? Movie logic.
This is a feature in the ship. I mean, you're standing still in space. Why do you need to do this? Why is this an option? Anyway, Eva sets Wally down and goes to look for the plant, but then gets occupied
knows,
by
my
saving a
friend?
bunch of people from a falling train. Then the autopilot presses the button that closes the plant hatch, but feeble little Wally's there and he's trying to hold the hatch open with all his might. Then the autopilot presses the button harder, and as we all know, pressing the button harder is 100% effective in getting the thing done
Yes.
better. And the hatch
Exactly.
closes harder and it wedges Wally
I'm glad to see that we agree.
and destroys him, and all our hearts sink. But then
Damn,
the
bro.
captain stands up. I don't know how. He has celery sticks for bones in his legs, but it doesn't matter. He stands up and he turns off the autopilot, levels the ship,
Let's
Eva puts the
go.
plan through the gap in the plan thing,
Bop.
and sees the extent of Wally's damage, and he's fucked. They hyper jump
Yeah,
back
he's
to
not
Earth. They
looking
get there.
too well.
Eva takes Wall and she zooms over to his house and finds replacement parts and tries to fix him up as fast as he can. She's performing open heart surgery at supersonic speeds. Then she blasts a hole through his roof so he can charge via solar panels, which, like, why? Just take him up to the roof. Why do you have to blow up my man's house like that? Come on, dude. Anyway, he charges up
I
and
mean, if it
turns
gets-
on, and
if
he
it's
does
faster,
not
it's
recognize
faster.
her. She's gone, man. There's no more Wally.
Oh,
The lights are on, but
damn.
no one's home. So she tries to jog his memory with some of his old stuff, but it doesn't work, man. He just compacts it, and that's one strong light bulb. What the fuck?
Sheesh.
And he goes out and finds some more trash to compact, and then she goes over one last time to try and shake it out of him, but nothing. So she holds his hand and rests her head against his, and then that little spark happens. And I still have no clue what it does or
Robot kisses.
what it means, but I sure as hell don't give a fuck because it brought Wally back,
Yeah.
baby. And the movie ends with humans being able to rebuild the Earth and all that fun jazz, but who cares, really? The important thing here is Wall. Wall's all good. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Anybody who hates this movie can even care. 10 out of 10.
Same for me. If you don't like, if this movie isn't a 10 out of 10 for me, I'm not gonna say anything profanic, but you know what he said. But I actually do have a theory on that, on why Wally came
Yes.
back that last second.
Yes,
The
Bobby,
spark
yes.
happened. Hold on one sec.
Oh.
Okay, so we all know that Eva and Wally
Professional YouTube skills, boy.
have the spark thing, right? But Eva doesn't have any ports of herself. Like, there's no charging port, there's no USB port, there's no any type of ports, right? So they have to. So she has to, you know, be able to transmit memory somehow for herself and for whatever, right? Besides the extra machine
the thing that goes in its head that showed the memories.
parts. So
I
when
thought
that
it was just a kiss.
happens, so the first time when the spark happens, right? They sparked, Wally went out into space, but no, he was actually buffering. He floated back, and then he got back up. But when the spark happened, it got all the memory and of Wally had, and then transmitted to Eva. And then when the second spark happened, Eva transmitted all the memory back
but-
from the same spark that happened.
Wally did have a lot of memories before Eva happened. Right? Right? He did. So, didn't transmit all the memories.
Because if you notice quite slightly, on the first one, the spark
She said
looks
the
like
first
it's
one
coming
was
from
Eva.
Wally's end, and then the second spark comes from Eva's end. Haha, then bet you didn't know that. But I'm not even sure that theory is even
Me
feasible
neither.
or true. And that's just a theory. A film theory.
A film theory. I hope you enjoyed the reaction video. And if, Bobbit, you are watching this, do you want to react to something in a collab? That'd be cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. YouTube analytics go there. Videos to watch, yeah, that side, I think. If if you know you're on like a computer or phone or something, then yeah, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I need to do my outro. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Zilla, and see you in the next one. Ciao. That was, I didn't mean to do that. That was scary. Ciao.